And that's 13 News at 5:30.
13 News begins with breaking news.
Breaking details coming in right now on that deadly shooting in Hampton. Police say a man pulled out a gun and shot a woman while standing in the middle of a busy shopping center parking lot. And that man is still out there somewhere. Eric Kane has been bringing us breaking details from the scene all afternoon. And Eric, you just got some new information from Hampton Police.
That's right, David. We are now learning that there were multiple shots fired here at Coliseum Crossing. Give you a live look at the scene. They just finished clearing the parking lot where they spent the past 5 hours trying to figure out what exactly happened here.
Eric, 13 News Now broke this story this afternoon for you on Twitter. Stay on top of breaking news when you follow us at 13 News.
Well, we're still waiting on word whether a Norfolk man drowned yesterday in the water at Ocean View. Crews pulled John Langston from the bay late yesterday afternoon in the 1000 block of Ocean View Avenue. Now, we're told that the 47-year-old was unresponsive at the time. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. Police are investigating exactly what led to his death. Well, tonight a man is in serious condition after Norfolk police say that some people stormed into his home and shot him. It happened early this morning around 5:30 at the Bayshore condos on West Ocean View Avenue near First View. Arrianee Lebeau has more on this story from Ocean View.
The circumstances surrounding the shooting are still unknown.
Police released surveillance pictures from an armed robbery this morning at a Norfolk 7-Eleven. The pictures, they're pretty clear. This happened just before 1 a.m. Call police. Now. And we asked for your comments on Facebook, and we heard from more than 50 of you. Were you stuck in that mess? How long did it take you to get home? Well, one viewer commented, took us an hour and a half to drive from Ocean Lakes to 35th Street, only to find no parking. Took a different route home to watch the neighborhood fireworks from our backyard. Another says, I'll go once light rail is extended to the ocean front. We'd like to hear from you, too. Tell us about your experience. Log on to facebook.com/WVEC13.
We have some breaking news right now coming in from Elizabeth City, where police are searching for 2 people accused of attempted murder. Police say a group of people got into a fight on Perry Street. Someone opened fire and a man was shot in the back and flown to Norfolk Centera Hospital. He is alive and being treated tonight. Officers are now looking for Christopher and Arago Harrell. If you know where they are, call police. Well, rip current fears putting a damper on some weekend beach parties.
That after 4 people drowned over the past 2 days at North Carolina beaches. The story coming up on 13 News Now.
A 13 News Now investigation leads to the Richmond area as we try to track down the owner of 2 sauna med spas that abruptly closed this week, leaving all of their customers without their money or the treatments. That's straight ahead.
And we're looking at a lot of rain out just west of us in Central Virginia, central North Carolina. I'll let you know if any of that can creep in here over the weekend.
Going for a 5th win can be tough, but this new player has even more pressure.
He's 6, and I can hear him now in my head going, wager it all, Mommy, wager it all.
A true daily double, next Jeopardy. Weeknights at 7:30 on 13 News. Haynes. The 13 News Troubleshooter looks into the do's and don'ts when dealing with customer service reps. Find out how to overcome the obstacles and how to get the service or product you paid for. 13 News Troubleshooter investigates poor customer service.
Best for less.
Download the 13 News Now Weathercaster app.
13 News Now investigation is getting help for customers of an area sauna med spa clinic, 2 of them actually, after the offices in Virginia Beach and in Newport News abruptly shut down last week.
We've heard from many customers who had prepaid for treatments and fear they may be out thousands of dollars. But today our Nick Ochsner spoke with the company's corporate president, who says he's doing what he can to help those worried customers. Nick?
Yeah, David, Byron Ashbridge, corporate president of Sauna Med Spa, tells me his company didn't know the 2 Sauna Med Spa franchises here in Hampton Roads were shut down until they got a call late last week from a property manager saying those offices were empty. Silence from the franchise owner then, and he didn't want to talk to us today when we tried to track him down at his home in Richmond either.
A Virginia Beach home goes up in flames.
When we come back, what investigators say is responsible for sparking this fire.
The first party in downtown Norfolk. It's underway right now on Granby Street, an attempt to get folks back down here. It's going to happen once a month for the next 4 months. I'm Joe Flanagan. We'll have a live report coming up.
Today's weather segment is brought to you by Michael & Son Services.
There's a big show getting underway right now in downtown Norfolk.
Well, 13 News now is live at Granby Street, where the first Friday event is going on. Joe Flanagan, right in the center of all the fun. Joe.
That's right. It's all about live entertainment, and it's all about another reason for folks to come down and spend some money here on Granby Street. The band is performing right now, but at 7 p.m., Gary U.S. Bonds will be performing here.
Now, your 13 News Weather Authority forecast. Here's Chief Meteorologist Jeff Lawson.
All right, despite the heat and humidity, no storms popped up today. Few did in Central Virginia, but things are sweeping clear around here, so we can skip right over that, show you this evening's forecast. Temperatures right now still a little bit on the warm side. In fact, you might call it hot. 86 degrees, and it feels more like the lower 90s when you factor in the humidity, so I guess that qualifies as hot. 83 still at 8 p.m., and then gradually down through the 70s once we get into the very late evening hours. Again, under Sunday, Monday 91, and going to go with 92s then for the most part next week. So
summer's here.
Yeah, heat wave a little bit.
Yep. All right, Jeff. Thanks.
So I was trying to look for all the Daytona tweets fast enough, but you're just going to have to fill me in.
I'm going to have to fill you in right now. They're qualifying right now. Sprint Cup drivers head back to where it all started this season. As we mentioned, qualifying currently underway. We'll have highlights for you coming up tonight at 11 o'clock. When we come back, we hop the pond to the All England Club in Wimbledon for this native son of England. It was all about survive and advance in the men's semis.
Let's go places. On June 19, 2013, an application was filed with the Federal Communications Commission seeking its consent to the transfer of control of WVEC Television Incorporated, the licensee of television station WVEC Channel 13, Hampton, Virginia, from the shareholders of Belo Corp to Gannett Company Incorporated. WVEC Television Incorporated is wholly owned by Belo Corp. The individual officers, directors, and 10% or greater shareholders of one or both entities are Dunia Scheif, Peter L. Diaz, Guy Kerr, Catherine Elizabeth Clements, Russell F. Coleman, Carrie P. Hendrickson, Angela Battasso, R. Paul Fry, William L. Hammersley, W. Craig Harper, Michael L. Coleman, Robert G. McGann, Sandra J. Martin, J. William Mosley, Anna Nicodemus, David S. Starr, Michael Valentine, Joe D. Weir, Bradley D. Ramsey, Peter A. Altabeff, Henry P. Beckton Jr., Judith L. Craven, M.D., M.P.H., Robert W. Deckard, Dealey D. Herndon, James M. Maroney III, Wayne R. Saunders, M. N. Shostak, McHenry T. Tishner Jr., Lloyd D. Ward, and Maroney Preservation Limited. The officers, directors, and 10% or greater shareholders of Gannett Company Incorporated are Marion Bannekeram, William Bean, Tom R. Cox, Teresa S. Gendron, Victoria D. Harker, Michael A. Hart, Jeffrey Hines, Kevin Lord, Gracia Martori, Todd A. Maiman, David A. Payne, Barbara W. Wall, Jane Ann Wimbush, John E. Cody, Howard D. Elias, John Jeffrey Lewis, Marjorie Magner, Scott K. McCune, Duncan M. McFarland, Susan P. Ness, and Neil Shapiro. A copy of the application and related materials are available for public inspection during regular business hours at 613 Woodus Avenue, Norfolk, or online at fcc.gov. Be the first to see what nature has planned for your day.
Temperatures very chilly this morning out around Petersburg and Wakefield. 39 right now in William Bay, even warmer for Sunday.
Be the first to know what's waiting for you on the roads.
Peninsula side to the south side of the HRBT. And don't forget, there is a bridge lift at the Gilmore today.
Be the first to hear the breaking stories that affect you.
News, and we're happy to report that Vincent has been found safe.
Get the news that's important to you first with 13 News Daybreak.
The one big story left at Wimbledon would be Andy Murray. It's his country's championship, and no one wants it more. Same two teams. That happens tonight at 7 o'clock. Of course, we'll have qualifying from Daytona. It's currently in progress right now.
Okay.
We'll have it for you at 11 o'clock.
Very exciting. Thank you. And that wraps up 13 News. Now at 6 o'clock, you're up to date at this hour.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Don't forget, we're always online at WVEC.com. Get your latest news updates and weather updates there as well. And we will see you back here tonight for 13 News at 11, World News with Diane Sawyer. It's coming up next.